I make a very short summary of a study we made in the south of Sweden. According to risk factors for autism and Asperger syndrome. The study was designed to investigate pre- and perinatal risk factors. The study group continued of 376 people diagnosed with autism or Asperger syndrome. We had a control that was everyone born in Malmoe during 1980 and 2005. So we had to have just those children born during the same time that met criteria for autism or Asperger syndrome and was born in Malmoe. The summary, some children were born outside Malmö, another part of Sweden, and some were born not in Sweden, so they were excluded. We had a total of 250 children, and of those were 157 had autism disorder, and the rest, 93, had Asperger syndrome. Those were correlated to the Swedish medical's birth register, where we had information on obstetrical information and demographic information. We made two major findings in our study. One was that we found any obstetrical suboptimality as a risk factor in autism, but not in the Asperger group. Those were prematurity and small or large for gestational age, and APGA lower than 7. So there was a statistical significance difference between the Asperger group and the autism group. Another major finding was that, according to migration, we have in Sweden a great many people coming in migration, and Malmö is a town that represents much of these. But as you can see here, odds ratio for migration should be 1 if that was the same in these different ethnic groups, but it wasn't. As you can see, we have 7 times as many people coming from sub-Saharan Africa that had autism. And it was not the only country. You see, the rest of the world, there is an odds ratio that it's much higher than expected. So this we don't know. We have tried different hypotheses. Why is this like this? We can see it in many other studies made in Sweden, in Stockholm and Gothenburg. We have the same. And sometimes we have heard in the Somalian group in Stockholm that you shouldn't go to Sweden, you get autism. They call it the Swedish disease. So we don't think it's that hard. But we haven't done any studies in Somalia. Is it the same? Or why is it like this? We have tested D vitamins, if that's, there have been hypotheses, if that's the reason. If you come to the north of Sweden and northern countries, you get not so much sun as expected? Or is it that people coming from another country, the mothers are especially vulnerable for infections, that they come to another country where they haven't got that immunity for that? But that is, we try those hypotheses, but we got no support for those reasons. So that is still very much to do in this research, if it is the migration itself, or what is it? Is it a special ethnic groups that come from Sweden. We know that from some countries you have a relation, and many people are they married inside their family. So that can sometimes be a reason, but not always. So our results shows that there is a suboptimality in autism, but not in Asperger syndrome for perinatal reasons, and that maternal birth outside the Nordic countries also have a higher estimate for autism. And these are the conclusions, the same as the results. So this just calls for further research in this area so that we know why it is like that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.